guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I'm Helena She. Yeah, so welcome back, and I'm still in the village, as you can see, and today I want us to speak more about how cheap it is to live in the village, mostly in an African village. This is an African homestead village life. Yeah guys, for myself, I don't live here. This is where my mom lives, and I want to show you how cheaper life it is. I have been living here. I was born in this village until I was an adult. That's the time I left this village. And guys, let me show you this, how life it is. Yeah guys, let's start with, this is my mom's kitchen garden. I think you can see it, and this is where I want us to start with. First, here you can see these plants, these ones. These are potatoes. These are potatoes. Potatoes is the cash crop, and it does well mostly in this area. This is Nyandarua County in Kenya, and potatoes does very well here. So when my mom plants these potatoes, most of the time this is what she eats, and together with maize. Let me show you. Here we have maize. This is maize corn. Is it maize? Others call it corn. Yeah, it's a white maize. Guys, let me tell you one thing. Here in Kenya, our main food is ugali. Ugali is a mixture of water and maize flour. Yeah, and we grill maize direct from the farm, you see. And this is just a kitchen garden. The maize that you can see here is just for maybe boiling or roasting. My mom has another bigger yard where she has a lot of maize. So maize is the one that we grind to get the maize flour to cook ugali. So when I speak about ugali, let me first show you. Here is peas. This plant here is peas. Peas, the green peas. Yeah. And we have beans here. This is beans. That is beans. For ugali, we normally eat with vegetables, and mostly our main vegetable is sukuma wiki and spinach. Here we have spinach. This is spinach, and these plants that you can see here in large here, it's sukuma wiki. This is the sukuma wiki. It's called sukuma wiki mostly here in Kenya, but you can also call it kales. I think the English name is kales, but mostly here we call it sukuma wiki. For ugali, we use vegetables to take with ugali. So you see, we have this is sukuma wiki, we have spinach, and most of the time there is other organic vegetables that just grew without planting, like managu. I don't know the English names for those vegetables, but mostly they are just here, they just grow. It's just like that. My mom has weeded, me and my mom, we weeded this area. That's why there is no those vegetables that just grow on themselves. So guys, let me show you more. So when we eat ugali, we just use these kales to take ugali. And again, this maize, you can cook something called githeri. Githeri is a mixture of maize and beans, then you boil them together. That is githeri. And githeri again is a common food here in village. That githeri we use with potatoes. These are potatoes. This farm, the main plant that is here is potatoes. And cooking githeri. Githeri, as I have told you, it's a mixture of beans and maize. We mix with potatoes, and we make a very good food. Again, we have something called mokimo. Mokimo, mostly commonly known in my community. This is Nyandarua County in Kenya, East Africa, and mostly here we take mokimo as a main food here. It's a traditional food. It was used to be cooked by our grandmothers and grandfathers, and still we use mokimo as a very good here, very nutritious food. For mokimo, we use potatoes. These are potatoes. We use the maize and the beans, that githeri. Then we use something that is here. Let me go to this side. Yeah, this plant here, it's called kahorora. Yeah, this one. For those ones who knows marenge, pumpkin, this vegetable here is very similar to pumpkin. It's almost the same. We can use pumpkin leaves or this kahorora to cook mokimo. And that mokimo, we boil potatoes. That is Irish potatoes. We boil the potatoes, then we add these pumpkin leaves or this kahorora here and githeri, and then you mash them. Yeah, that is what is called mokimo. That's the traditional food our grandmothers and grandfathers used to eat. Now, as you can see, you can just harvest here maize, grind them, and have ugali. That's the main food here in Kenya. Again, you can cook githeri from this farm. You can cook mokimo. And guys, if you are frying something using onions, it's not a must you buy onions. As you can see, these are onions. We don't buy onions here. We just come here to the farm and harvest onions. All this is onions, starting this side all the way to the other side. Yeah, that is onions. And we don't use tomatoes. Most of the time we don't, but sometimes we buy tomatoes, but mostly we just use onions. Again, we have beans here. You can use beans as a stew, make a stew with the beans to eat with rice. But rice, we don't plant rice here, but in other parts of Kenya they do plant rice. So rice is not that expensive here in Kenya, and you can just buy rice and make a stew using those beans. This is just, guys, a small lad, starting from where you can see these green plants, where there is that tree. That's where this kitchen garden starts from, but my mom has more than that. We have another lad somewhere, so she has a planted in large scale farming. This plant here, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a fruit. Yeah, and something is eating it. That's a fruit. Let's come to the other side. Let me show you. For the spices, mostly my mom doesn't eat spices. Here we have an avocado. You see this one? It's tiny. And we have another one here. Let's move here. Yeah, this is also an avocado. Yeah, they are called avocado. Mostly when you cook githeri, you can just fry the githeri and add avocado. This avocado is very small. I think it's almost 1 year old. We had a bigger avocado here, but I don't know what happened to it. It dried up. And we used to enjoy a lot of avocados, but most of the homes here, they have avocados, and that makes life more cheaper because you can just take githeri with avocado, and that will be a day. So here in the village, the good part of it, you can't go empty stomach unless you are a very lazy person. On the other side, there is those bananas. Those bananas doesn't belong to my mom, but on the other farm we have bananas. These are sweet bananas for ripening. Yeah, most of the time we use bananas and take with tea in the morning, so you don't have to buy breads or cakes. We just use sweet bananas to take with tea. Yeah, most of the time, majority of the people here does use bananas in the morning. Since I was young, we used to wake up, take tea with sweet banana direct from your farm. But many people also plant bananas for cooking, but this area, this part of Kenya, doesn't do well for those bananas for cooking. On this side, guy, I was looking at this. This is aloe vera. Yeah, it's aloe vera, and many people use it for many reasons. For here, we use it to give our hands so that they can't get sick. And again, you can take this aloe vera for so many reasons. We also use it to treat woods, fresh woods. If you have cut somewhere, We use it to dry up woods, and so many reasons. That's why it is here. And I think this side, let me just show you, because many people, let me first show you another avocado tree here, but very tiny. Many people also use this is a rosemary. This one is a rosemary with the purple flowers there. This is rosemary. Many people use rosemaries to make their tea, and again others use rosemary as a spices, I think to marinate meat before cooking or toasting, something like that. So guys, this is the farm, and it is just a small farm, and my mom just can't get anything from this farm. This is the main food we use. On this side you can see this plant here, these ones. Let me just go closer here. This one, it is planted all the way from there to this side. This is called napier grass. Napier grass is to feed cows. It's mainly used to feed cows, and since my mom doesn't have a cow and sheep doesn't like them, my mom normally sells it. Still from this small kitchen garden, she can sell that napier grass and buy salad. Salad is a cooking oil, I mean, sorry. She can sell and buy cooking oil. That's how cheaper it is. And living here in the village, it's very, very cheap compared to the city life. Again, here my mom doesn't buy packet milk. She just buys from this neighbor, this home here. That's where that neighbor has a lot of cows, and that's where my mom just got a liter of a milk at like $50, yeah, for a liter of milk. Can you just imagine? Here you get a very fresh milk, very fresh, with at $50 in village life, guys. Here we have cactus. These are cactus. I just wanted to show you, but I don't know much about cactus. Yeah, I don't know much about cactus. I just love it the way it is, and it has been here for so many years. Since we relocated to this area, it was here and it is still here. So let me show you something here. Yeah, let's get inside here. I can show you how my mom, what she uses to cook. Yeah, in the town, mostly the time I was living in Nairobi city. Okay, that is my daughter there speaking to me. She's just playing. So guys, as I am telling you, these are firewood. This is firewood. Yeah, she has a lot of firewood, you see. More on this side. Yeah, more here. So guys, this tells you that she doesn't use a lot of gas. She can stay here for more than a week without using gas. Most of the time it is firewood. You want to say hi? Okay, just say hi.
Hi.
Okay, you are playing there?
Yes.
Okay, just continue playing. So guys, I'm telling you, most of the time my mom uses this firewood to cook. She doesn't use gas unless she's in a hurry, or Sundays to warm her water for showering, because she wakes very early in the morning to go to the church. Yeah,
no?
This is the
Not the church.
This is the source of the fire. Shut. Yeah, that's how it is. And guys, it's almost raining, as you can see the clouds here. Oh my god, it might rain very soon. This side also, it's very dark. I forgot to tell you guys, you see this firewood? She didn't buy it. No, it's from our trees. We have few trees here, but she doesn't cut these trees. They are just small trees. On the other farm that I went there and showed you, We have a lot of trees there. That's where my mom mostly goes there and hires people to cut the tree and carries up to here. For these ones, they came from that side. So we have so many trees. She doesn't buy trees for firewood. Again, when it comes to water, we don't buy water. She doesn't buy water at all. As you can see, there is water here. This is a tank and a bigger tank. It is how many liters? This is 4,200 liters. On this side there is small tanks because this water from this roof, it goes to that tank. This water from the back side comes here, and the water from the front side, let me show you. This one, the water from this front side comes inside this bigger tank, as you can see here. I know it's very dirty because nobody is can clean it on top, but we do clean it after a long time because my mom can't climb on top of this tank to clean it. We do it once after a while. This is a shade to protect the tank from the hot sun so that it can last longer. Guys, I was recording and this happened. It's how we get water. And that's why I'm telling you, life here in Africa is kind of free. This is how the water comes inside the tank. To this side, as you can see, we have this is roof. The water just comes inside here. Yeah, guys, I'm just so happy because as I was continuing doing my video, it just rained. This is how we get water. More water there. That's another tank. Another tank there. Yeah, and the biggest tank is here. This is free of charge. Yeah. There is nothing like buying water here in the village. That's how cheaper life it is here in the village. So my mom doesn't buy water, so it's a free bill for water. You see? Yeah, and this area it rains a lot. Like you can see, the water is just entering here. This is where the tap is. Yeah, but this is just dirty water coming from the compound. This is how we really enjoy free life, free from a lot of bills here in the village. Yeah, guys, I thank God it just rained, and you have just seen how we get water. You see? Yeah. That's my mom. She was washing. What is it called, by the way? I can't remember. So guys, it just rained and I'm back here to finish my video. Yeah, guys, I think I had showed you about the water. See how it has rained, and again it might rain soon. Yeah, it looks like it might rain soon. See, this is water, though the dirty water, it was coming from that side, and that's just the dirty water. This is fresh water. Oh, it's here. Yeah, yesterday it was here, today it has added some more water. I think what else have I not told you about electricity? We don't have electricity, though you can see those wires on top. They are electricity wires, but we haven't yet installed electricity in this home. So my mom uses solar panel to for the lighting. This solar panel lights a TV and bulbs for the main house and kitchen, but it's very old. Yeah, it's very odd. So nowadays it's not lighting the TV, it's only for the lights, but soon we will work on it. Yeah, so she doesn't pay any bill for electricity, no bills for water, no bills for gas. Yeah, that's how life it is. And guys, let me tell you, you can just go to the shop, and the biggest shopping you have to you will shop is a cooking oil, number 1, number 2 maybe rice, and number 3 wheat flour. And again, from here going to the downside, like 3 kilometers, that's the place where people grows wheat. So instead of buying the wheat flour, most of the time here, if mostly when you were being raised, when you were young, my mom used to buy the wheat itself and take the wheat to the grinding where we went with my sister, and it will be grinded, and then we can use it for baking and other purposes. Can you imagine? But nowadays people are preferring white one, but most of the time, like us here, we do mix white and the brown one, because that one is brown. Can you imagine? Buying wheat here, it's very cheap, not like buying a wheat flour. Yeah, so what else to buy in the shop? Most of the time, imagine, you can just go, and salt. Yeah, you can't eat food without salt most of the time. So mostly my mom buys cooking oil, soaps, and other things like tissues and whatever. And again, if you doesn't have a tissue, that doesn't mean you will not go to the toilet, because guys can I take you to somewhere there? Yeah, I'm opening the gate and closing. Let me tell you, this is village. If you don't have a tissue paper, you can use these plants, you see. Yeah, but most of the time we don't prefer those plants. There's another plant on that side, that's mostly the plant that we use. Let me hurry up to that side so that I can show you. Yeah, it's just like a minute away. Yeah, and mostly people do plant near the toilet. Yeah, the better of here, the toilet is outside. It's a pit latrine, so it's not the normal one in the city, the one we use to sit on. Here it is. Yeah, this is the plant I wanted to show you. This plant, what is it? I think it's called oregano, though not sure. I think it's called oregano. If I'm wrong, you can correct me as well. It's called oregano. And if you don't have a tissue, this is the village tissue. Very soft, you see. Yeah, very soft. There are large leaves. This one is even smaller. The others that are big, is it called oregano or what? This is a village toilet paper. So again, it's not a must you have a tissue paper. You can as well use this as a tissue paper. Guys, does this village matches the life that you are living where you are? How can you rate it? Is it the same as your village? Or how is life in the city? How expensive is? Remember here, she doesn't rent the house. It's her own house, her own land. Yeah, how is life where you are? Would you prefer to live in the city or in the village? For me, I prefer to live in the village because life is cheaper. It's more affordable, and again, the weather is very fresh. Mostly if you have small kids, it's a very conducive environment to raise the kids. So guys, I think that is all today. And guys, if this is your first time being here, welcome back. I mean, welcome so much. If you have been here, welcome back again. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and comment. See you on the next video. Bye.